So what have you guys been up to? I've heard you're living in an RV. I love RVs.
I know this.
In case you didn't know.
You know all about the RV life. So basically the reason we're living in an RV is for the past 3 months, we started a nonprofit called the Dog Breath Foundation. So after 13 years of photographing dogs professionally for commercial clients and private clients, teaching workshops, speaking at conferences, all this stuff, I feel so grateful to get to do.
Like the first part of that is, so people understand that don't know you, that's what you do full time. You're a dog photographer.
Yes,
right?
exactly. I'm a professional dog photographer. I don't photograph anything else really.
Yeah.
Maybe the occasional cat, maybe a once a year cat, but for the most part it's dogs.
Yes.
With that said, it's been an amazing, amazing ride, but I kind of had to check in with myself about 2 years ago probably, and I said what was I put on this earth to do? And for me, it's to use the incredible power of a camera to tell the stories of animals that have no way to speak for themselves. It's, shelter dogs. It's dogs that sit and wait in these, shelters and rescues all over America, all over the world. But, there's millions of homeless animals in America. And how can we use the power of photography and videography and storytelling to kind of give them a voice, to rewrite the endings to their stories. So the project is called The Greatest Adventure. And The Greatest Adventure has 3 meanings, and I'll try to kind of run through them pretty quickly. But The Greatest Adventure, first and foremost, is myself and my team traveling across the United States in this fleet of RVs on the greatest adventure. And kind of documenting all of that along the way in a YouTube series. And then the second meaning of The Greatest Adventure is taking a dog from a given shelter who's been there for a long time, let's say a year or more, out of his cage and into the world on his greatest adventure. So let's take him hiking a mountain, running through a field of wildflowers, swimming in a river, this type of thing, riding a train, these cool things, and then let's photograph him and then, kind of film it and shoot him out there to the world to hear his story, because the third and final meaning and the true meaning of The Greatest Adventure is going home, is him finding a home, is him finally finding that forever family and that love that this dog so deserves. So that's his Chance.
So this is like a before photo?
So exactly. So this is Chance's
intake
photo.
This is usually what you get.
Yes. Like if you look on a pet finder, for example.
That's usually we do. And
right?
Yeah.
And you see this, and this dog had been in the shelter for a year and a half almost.
Yep.
Not a single application, right? No, looking for a chance.
Just looking for a chance.
Exactly.
I get it.
Nobody's noticing him. He's languishing. You know what I mean? And it's well, look at what he's got representing him. This is it. This is one shot to capture people's attention. So we took him out on his greatest adventure in Lake Tahoe. So we took him swimming in Lake Tahoe, and we played ball.
Fun, playful, and which is kind of more probably his personality.
Yeah. Like this is so much more endearing, right? And he's so much more approachable. He's so happy looking. He's on an adventure. He's in the natural world, kind of immersed in the natural world, right? So getting these moments of play and kind of silliness and fun. Funny enough, this dog didn't have very big expressions. He wasn't overly expressive. He had kind of this one face, but it just gives somebody something to latch onto. This could be my adventure buddy. This could be my best friend. I can see it. I can see adventures with him.
Well, if you're scrolling through Pet Finder again, you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you need something to make you stop even for a quarter of a second.
It's just like real estate photography.
Yep.
Yeah,
totally.
Exactly.
Or when headshot
marketing.
photography, anything
it's
like that.
It's literally marketing any. It's weird to say a product,
That's what
right?
we have as a photographer. We have that skill that we can pass on to people.
Yeah.
Because we know how to put stuff in their best light. And
exactly.
You know how to put dogs in their best light. And that's what you're doing there.
That's so kind. So I get tagged in an Instagram story maybe about 2 weeks after we did that, and it's a picture of Chance upside down with his glorious flaps of destiny of his face flipped upside down on someone's comfy couch, and it was his new owners. And it was her tagging me saying, "You have no idea what you did for me and my family. I found Chase because of your photos, or Chance because of your photos, and he's the love of my life. He's the most special thing, and now he lives with us." And it was such a beautiful thing. This was a dog we worked with in Montana. His name was Rhett. He was in the shelter for about a little over 6 months, right? He was found at an airport as a stray. He was running around on the tarmac. So we took him on his greatest adventure to a river in Montana. And, just try to capture him again in a different light. Let's rebrand him. You know what I mean? Let's take him from this sad, broken down shelter dog that you think is broken and doesn't deserve a second chance to this adventurer buddy that could be your best friend. You can see him out in the world, in the colors and the light. So we go half underwater with the underwater housing and just really try to make him a spectacle.
That's where I think with photography, we have that gift. of putting stuff in its best light. And that's what you're doing here. You're putting, these dogs in their best light, and then showing people like, this is actually this dog. Those are those epic shots. Those are those amazing things. But that's what dogs give to you, and that's what you're trying to give back to people, to show them this could be something you could share with this dog, And I think that's where, if I look at those last pictures, I mean, I could see that dog like being in that environment and just being like, yeah, cool, let's go in the river. Let's go do stuff.
It's not let's all feel bad for the shelter dog. It's look what you're missing out on.
Yeah, let's reframe him with hope and positivity and color and light, and make them the magical, sparkly spectacle that they're supposed to be, that they are, the love that they have in their heart and all that magic that's in there. Like, how do we put that in a still photo so someone who's scrolling Instagram this fast is going to stop for 1 second to consider those eyes and consider that soul?
Now, the other side of that is you have a gift, as a photographer and as that. But what's great about it is you've shared that gift, because like you have classes on Kelby One that like these shots that you're showing here, I've seen it, and it's like, that's your look. That's what you do. But you've shared that with other people, so like they can go watch that class on Kelby One. And actually recreate this, and they can even do this in their local area with their local shelters.
100%.
This is another dog that we just met in Moab in Utah. She's been there for over a year.
Listen, she's adoptable right now.
This dog is incredible. Incredible. So we took her out UTVing, and we went into the wilds. We went like an hour and a half into the deep of like the Moab wilds, and we took. Oh, and the only place in the whole entire Greatest Adventure over the course of 3 months that rained for 10 minutes was the desert. Moab in the desert. So I got this rain shot of her at the end of the night.
Well, that's really cool.
It's a little flash behind her there. And
Moab. And I'll tell you this, if you wanted to go...
Val, her name is Val.
Go adopt Val.